You are listening to stories at Chubby Orange Audio. Wish you an enjoyable listening experience. I was live streaming fortune telling when I encountered a hardcore fan of a top celebrity who wanted to argue with me. If you're so good, then tell me who my idol's wife is, they said. I pressed my finger joints, calculating, and said in a serious tone, "Call the police. She's dead, buried under the swimming pool in his villa. Your idol buried her with his own hands." The fan exploded in anger, arguing back that their idol was innocent and pure, didn't even know what love was, and reported my live stream channel while they were at it. Who would have thought that a few days later, news about the top celebrity dealing with his wife would climb to the top of search trends? I had been arguing with my grandmother because I liked Sister Peen Nungai Cohen, while she preferred the scholar. Because grandmother was angry, she cut my weekly allowance, so I could only rely on live streaming fortune telling to earn some money. After all, our family has always been fortune tellers for generations. Not long after, thanks to borrowing the name of mysticism, my live stream channel attracted a bunch of uncles and aunties. An ID named Stephen Chen quickly requested to connect. He was an uncle. His skin was dark and weathered, with heavy bags under his sunken eyes, looking exhausted to the extreme. Looking at the background, you could see his home was cramped and stuffy. His family situation was probably not good. "Little girl, can you really tell fortunes? Please help Uncle see what's been going wrong lately. I've been unlucky in everything and almost lost my life." I wasn't polite. "Transfer 1 million first." The uncle didn't hesitate and immediately transferred the money on his phone. I asked for his birth details, closed my eyes to calculate for a moment, then asked, "The day before yesterday when you were cooking, did you cut your hand?" The uncle's eyes widened as he held up his finger with a band-aid in front of the camera. Yes. "Yesterday at the construction site, did you almost fall?" The uncle got excited and slammed the table. "Yes, all of it." "Amazing." Seeing that I got both predictions right, the comments started getting lively. "Hey, this girl has some real talent. Stephen Chen, when you go off live, I want her to help me see about my daughter's romantic prospects. Me first. I want to see if this young guy 20 years younger than me really loves me." The uncle looked at me eagerly. "Little girl, how do I resolve this bad luck?" I looked at his face covered with a thick layer of karmic obstruction and smiled coldly. "How to resolve it? Don't you know? You brought this on yourself." Before I could finish speaking, the uncle was pushed aside by someone. The camera shook and the connection was quickly cut. Instead, a connection request came from an ID named Only Love Dylan Shaw. Unexpectedly, it was Summer Chen, the famous school beauty from our school. She burst in cursing. "Everything's getting more expensive. Only scammers like you are getting cheaper and cheaper. Scamming money from old people. If I hadn't been home, who knows how much money you would have scammed from my dad. Give the money back. You dare use a university's name to scam people. What kind of lousy bag can hold so much?" So it was father and daughter. But unlike her father, Summer was wearing all designer clothes. I frowned, about to say something, when the aunties in the comments started defending me. The girl calculated accurately. She got both predictions right. "That's right, if you don't want a reading, then make way for others. Wait until we're done, then you can come scold her." Summer laughed mockingly. "Seriously, in the 21st century, who still believes in fortune-telling? How about this do you know Dylan? The current top celebrity, youngest movie emperor. If you're so good, then tell me who his sister-in-law is." Summer even thoughtfully provided Dylan's birth date. I calmly said, "Transfer 1,000 first." "Fine." Summer was extremely angry and immediately transferred the money. "I want to see what interesting things you can say." I pressed my finger joints to calculate, my brow furrowing tighter as I calculated. "Ha, can't make anything up, can you?" I opened my eyes and said seriously, "Call the police. She's dead, buried under the swimming pool in his villa. Your brother buried her with his own hands." Summer was stunned, then went crazy attacking me. "Are you insane? Talking nonsense right off the bat. Let me tell you, Dylan has never had any scandals since his debut. On shows he actively keeps his distance from female celebrities. He doesn't have any sister-in-law at all. Now you're falsely accusing him of murder. Do you know how much charity work he's done, how much money he's donated? I curse scammers like you to live as long as a night." Blooming serious. "Goodbye." Summer angrily cut the connection. Not long after, My live stream room was reported multiple times and locked for 5 days. Summer was the leader of a fan club with great influence. She not only led hundreds of thousands of fans to report my live stream room, but also pushed me onto hot search. A university student impersonates fortune-telling master to scam money. Dylan falsely accused of murder. Feel sorry for Dylan. To prove that Dylan was really too pitiful, fans even listed the charity projects he had done over the years, a very long list, with many videos too. Dylan lifting a dress for a female celebrity. Dylan buying KFC for homeless people on the street. This time even passersby couldn't sit still, all coming to defend Dylan. Passersby here, but whenever any province has a natural disaster, Dylan is always the first to stand up and donate. Last time I was an extra and fainted. Dylan didn't put on airs at all and personally carried me to the ambulance. I believe in his character, he's really kind-hearted. This blogger went too far. Rumors spread quickly, clarifications break legs. The person who pushed me to the peak of the storm was a Weibo post from Dylan himself. It sounded like he was thinking of me. Never done it, heart without shame. Originally planned to sue, but the other party is still a female student. Thinking about it, let this matter end here. This completely stirred up the fans' sympathy. In just one short day, my personal information was dug up. Home address, family member information, phone number, which department and major. Even photos of me participating in school performances in elementary school were dug up. The school forum cursed me even more openly with over 3,000 posts. At this moment my phone received a message. My hand, which was scrolling through posts, stopped. On the screen was my grandmother's photo printed in black and white, placed in front of a large funeral character. A surge of hot blood immediately rushed to my brain. My parents died early, and I was raised by my grandmother since I was small. Although we had been arguing loudly in recent years, we both loved each other deeply. This time they had really touched my bottom line. A bucket of foul-smelling dog blood was suddenly splashed on me from head to toe. Summer threw the bucket, her face showing disgust as she took a wet towel from a follower's hand to wipe herself clean. Don't you like pretending to be gods and ghosts? This is for exorcism, no need to be polite. I wiped the dog blood from my face and stared at Summer, speaking word by word. Did you post my grandmother's photo? Summer crossed her arms and raised her head high. So what if I did? Because of you, Dylan was hurt inside and postponed all commercial activities. I'm just giving you a little color to look at. Really? I curved my lips. Then what a pity. Now he can't participate, and he won't have a chance in the future either. Summer looked a bit scared and stepped back a few steps. What do you mean? Are you planning to assassinate my family or something? I glanced at her and dialed the number that someone had been calling me for days, but I hadn't answered. While the phone was still ringing, I leaned close to Summer's ear. Wait for your brother to go to prison, you fool. I brushed past Summer, gripping my phone tightly as I walked toward the school gate. All along the way the phone kept ringing. Hello, hello. I stopped next to a car, hung up the phone, and knocked on the car window. The window rolled down, revealing a sharp, gaunt face. Dylan's agent. He asked, Miss Maya, have you thought it through? Thought through what? About how Dylan, though not planning to sue me, still wants me to follow his fans' demands and publicly apologize to him through live streaming to the entire nation. I nodded and obediently got in the car. Live streaming the entire process of a murderer being caught, how exciting. Soon we arrived at Dylan's villa. As soon as I got out of the car, the agent had already taken out equipment and started live streaming. Their company had released news beforehand, so the number of viewers for this live stream reached millions. Dylan stood in front of me, peach blossom eyes, slight smile at the corners of his mouth, tall and elegant figure. He indeed had the capital of a top celebrity. He very gently apologized to me. Really sorry, I didn't want to argue with you either. But the fans are all indignant on my behalf. I have today because of them. I have to consider the fans' feelings. Still acting at this point. But the fans were moved beyond measure. He really makes me cry. Still so gentle. Obviously he's been wronged by a little girl, and doesn't want to make things difficult for this damn scammer. But for us, he's being firm for the first time. I swear I'll turn this scammer's bowing and apologizing into a meme. When you meet anti-fans, screenshot this for them to see the consequences of spreading rumors. I kept my expression unchanged and looked toward the swimming pool nearby. The water surface was light blue, still rippling with reflected light. Dylan chose the place for my apology near the swimming pool. Is this some kind of subtle provocation? His face still wore that leisurely smile. I also smiled. The one who should apologize is me. After all, I didn't come here to apologize this time but to eat melons up close. As soon as I finished speaking, I called 110. The live stream's popularity was pushed to its peak with the appearance of the police. The number of viewers kept increasing. There were fans devoted to exposing me, and there were passers-by wanting to watch my joke. This rumor-spreading idiot. Maya's fortune-telling. My live stream ID is quite brave today too. I'm starting to suspect what she said is true. Listen to me, she's not brave. She's just mentally ahead of us by 10 years. My uncle, the police captain, leaned into my ear and whispered, "Niece, Uncle thinks you're being too reckless too. Without evidence, we can't just randomly destroy people's homes." I said loudly, still the same sentence, "Dylan, I can apologize to you, but the premise is that there's nothing under this swimming pool. Do you dare have the police dig?" Dylan's face darkened, and he didn't speak for a long time. Could it be that Dylan really has a guilty conscience? He doesn't even dare to speak. "Mom, what's happening now?" "Cover my eyes, I'm afraid of seeing something I shouldn't see." "Shut your dog mouths. Our brother just feels sorry about the specially chosen design tiles for the pool." At this point Dylan also spoke up. "Of course there's no problem. I just feel sorry about the specially chosen design tiles, but if nothing is dug up." His voice turned cold. "I won't be soft-hearted anymore and will follow normal procedures. I'll sue Miss Maya." I spread my hands. "Whatever." The police began draining the water from the swimming pool. Everyone perked up, holding their breath as they watched the police comrades start digging, including the chat which froze for this moment. Half an hour passed. The mud was piled high beside the pool, but there was no corpse. There was nothing under the swimming pool. The space was silent for a second, then the comments on screen exploded like water bursting. "Oh my god everyone. I'm dying of laughter. Feel sorry for Dylan for 1 second, falsely accused of murder and his house gets dug up. What was I expecting just now anyway? Is there any possibility this streamer escaped from a mental hospital? Wasn't there news last year about a patient escaping and pretending to be a doctor? Quick investigation, haha. Finally understand why the country promotes large-scale anti-fraud campaigns. The streamer was so determined just now I almost believed her." Dylan's fans spammed the screen in unison. "Apologize. Sue and put these antis in prison." Dylan's face was ice cold. "For what happens next, I'll leave everything to my lawyer to handle." Wet. I called everyone back. "I can sense she's definitely here." As I spoke, I pulled out an old radio from my 9.9 yuan canvas bag, extended the antenna and tuned to channel 714. A very faint crackling sound came through the air. My uncle initially refused to take action, insisting on being a materialist police officer. He naturally didn't understand what I was doing. He asked, "Maya, what are you doing?" "Right now the yang energy is too strong. My connection with her is too shallow, so I can only tune to 714 to create a small magnetic field, creating an environment for spirits to appear equivalent to the 14th day of the lunar calendar, when the ghost gate opens. Give me some time, I need to talk to her." The comments on screen. "Help. Why is she still acting? I'm getting secondhand embarrassment." The streamer is still looking serious. "I'm skipping work at the company but feel like I'm watching monkeys perform at the circus. Someone explain this to me." Ignoring the mockery on screen, I closed my eyes and cast aside all distracting thoughts. The world seemed to darken, even the summer wind became gloomy. "You promised you wouldn't reveal our relationship. How could you participate in that kind of orgy party? Are you under pressure? Playing around a bit. You've wronged me and wronged the fans who supported you on this path. I will definitely expose this. You dare?" The woman's scream and the man's punches and kicks all finally turned into a scene. Dylan, with a dark expression, held a long, thin fruit knife, sharp like peeling a lotus root. Slice by slice, he peeled away the woman's flesh until there was no more sound. My chest ached for a young life, for a one-sided love from age 21 to 28. I opened my eyes and looked at Dylan with sharp eyes. "Her name is Grace Lamb, isn't it?" Dylan's body trembled slightly. I smiled coldly and took tools from the police. Avoiding the hole that had been dug, I carefully pried off a piece of ceramic tile from the pool wall. A thick, putrid smell immediately wafted up into the air. Several unprepared police officers nearly vomited and stepped back covering their noses. What's wrong? What's wrong? Zoom the camera in for me. Is there a twist? I think I heard the streamer say a name just now. Dylan's agent saw the situation was bad and wanted to cut the live stream. Fortunately, my uncle grabbed the equipment in time and pointed the camera at me and Dylan. I pressed closer step by step. Your girlfriend who's been with you for 7 years. No wait, you two already registered for marriage, so I should call her your wife. Your wife Grace, am I right? When you weren't famous yet, she lived with you in a rental, cooking and washing, sometimes enduring your coldness when you didn't get roles. Later you finally became famous. She stood in the crowd, watching you belong to the stage, appearing to be surrounded by countless reporters. She sighed in her heart, finally, you've become a big star. She was like an invisible person beside you, watching you build your single image focused only on career on shows, not a word of complaint. But you, a big star who didn't have time to watch a 2-hour movie with her, had time to spend 56 hours peeling all the flesh from her body, over 2,000 pieces total, then used a meat grinder to grind it into pulp, then mixed it with cement. Finally, you spent a day using that pulp mixed with your wife's blood and flesh to tile the entire swimming pool wall. Dylan's face turned deathly pale. I didn't. You're talking nonsense. Nonsense. I carefully handed the ceramic tile to my uncle. Am I talking nonsense? Just test for human tissue and you'll know immediately. Dylan completely collapsed, sitting on the ground crying loudly. I didn't want to either, but she forced me. It was so hard for me to get to where I am today. Was I supposed to fall back into the mud where I could never raise my head again? I just pushed her gently, and she fell and died. Isn't this also heaven's will? Dylan was halfway through speaking when he suddenly seemed possessed, grabbing his own throat with great force. His eyes bulged out, veins on his forehead swelling like well-fed caterpillars on leaves. Help. Mom, I'm so scared. Democracy, civilization, harmony, prosperity. I'm born in the year of the dragon. It's fine, it's fine. Evil energy can't enter. I rushed forward, drew my wooden peach sword, and knocked it on Dylan's head with a thud. Dylan's body convulsed, then returned to normal. He let go of his hands strangling his throat, fearfully hiding behind me, coughing and stammering, Grace, Grace, she came for me. Why stop me? Grace's voice full of resentment echoed in my ear. In the audience's eyes I was talking to thin air. If you kill him, you'll do evil and won't be able to reincarnate. You'll have to be a wandering ghost forever. Let earthly matters be handled by earthly laws. Go reincarnate? Start everything over. I spoke while pressing my finger joints to calculate. Rest assured, this beast will be executed in 3 months. Dylan fainted at my feet after hearing this. The comments exploded. So the streamer really wasn't wrong. Top celebrity Dylan really is a murderer. This is more shocking than eating melons about celebrities having orgies. Dylan normally built an image of being gentle and elegant, recognized as someone who loved charity work. Who knew that behind his back he was a murderer? The entertainment industry really is shameless. What else can't we imagine? Even more amazing is streamer Maya. She's really a fucking talent who can communicate with spirits and catch ghosts. Those small-minded people were blind that day. This live stream swept the hot search rankings. Top celebrity Dylan murders wife, Dylan dismemberment case, 7 years of illness can't compare to fame and fortune. Maya has some mysticism in her. Maya really knows fortune telling. After this incident, the domestic entertainment industry not only set off a wave of rectification, but celebrities also competed to come forward to lead their fans. No fighting, no causing trouble, just focus on your own business. The implication was clear: please ancestors, don't interfere. The brothers really can't stand being dug up. My live stream room became incredibly popular. Netizens affectionately called me Maya. After thinking it over, I decided to rent a house outside for convenient future live streaming. My uncle conveniently drove the police car to take me back to the dorm to pack my things. Just as I reached the hallway, Summer came from the end of the corridor carrying a pile of stuff. Getting closer, I could see clearly it was a pile of posters, all torn to shreds. Summer forcefully threw the pile into the trash can behind me. Are you satisfied now? You can fool others, but you can't fool me. Don't think I don't know you conspired with paparazzi to spread rumors about Dylan for attention. Your goal was to create a stepping stone for yourself. You adorable fool. I looked at Summer. She still held her chin high, just with slightly red eyes. Looking at what? There's nothing. I withdrew my gaze. Instead of having time here crying over some collapsed idol, you'd better find a way to save yourself. You're about to die, and the one who'll kill you is your father. Phrasey. Summer screamed and grabbed a handful of photos, throwing them behind me. She missed, didn't hit. After packing things from the dorm to my new place, I started my second live stream. Rose Anderson immediately requested to connect. Seemed like she'd been waiting for me for quite a while. This rich lady immediately gave me a fireworks gift as soon as she came on. Maya, I'm dating a young guy 20 years younger than me. He's gentle and considerate, puts me first in everything. But there's one problem, he's very busy. Anniversary days including Valentine's Day, he can only spend half a day with me. 4 days a week he has to work overtime. Help me calculate if there's something wrong with him. I sighed. Yes. He not only has other girls but also other rich ladies. Be good and don't waste money next time. If you can think through something with your brain, don't spend money on it, sister. The rich lady cried and cut the connection. Ha, Maya's mouth is so sharp but I like it. Sister, don't go looking at this one. 1.8 meters, 6-pack abs. Choose the 8-pack one with 2 extra reverse abs. Knows to run home when it rains, super loyal. While netizens were chattering, an ID named Katie Johnson requested to connect. Maya, my cat is missing. I can't find it anywhere. I'm about to go crazy. Please help me calculate where it is. I'm so scared something happened to it. A very cute girl appeared on screen. After speaking, she buried her face in her hands, tears falling between her fingers. The teasing comments immediately turned sympathetic. Girl, don't cry, we brothers feel for you. Same city here, send me the cat info. I'll help you post in neighborhood groups. No need to trouble yourselves. Maya, please help her. I sighed deeply again, lamenting. You didn't think that you put the cat in the cat carrier and forgot to take it out. Stay up less late next time. Your memory is declining too much. The girl awkwardly stopped crying. The comments burst into laughter. Today watching fortune telling. 2 readings and nothing came out. Should I go off live early? A woman suddenly appeared behind the girl, catching my attention again. A pair of hands so pale you couldn't see any veins slowly placed themselves on Katie's shoulders from behind. Katie turned around, almost face to face with the woman. The woman bent down, almost pressing her face close to look at Katie, with a strange smile at the corners of her mouth. Katie was caught off guard and let out a short scream, scared to death. When she pressed her face close to me, it was so cold. I have severe OCD and like intact products. Suddenly this broken face with a gap through the middle. Upstairs, I'll say it again. This is the comments section, not the inhumane section. The woman coldly asked. Sophie Martinez, are you afraid of mommy? Sophie swallowed and secretly scooted away a bit. No, mommy, I'm watching a live stream. Mommy suddenly appeared and startled me. Sophie's mother glanced at the screen and seemed a bit angry. Don't watch this nonsense. Mommy bought lots of vegetables. Come help mommy wash them. Yes, I'll come later. After she leaves. Sophie immediately apologized to me. Maya, sorry. My mom isn't usually like this. Thank you for today. Sophie was about to disconnect. I quickly stopped her. Wait. Has your mom had any strange behavior lately? Getting scared now. Last time when I saw Maya being serious was last time. Could something big be about to happen? Could it be another hidden murderer taking a nap? Already tucked my feet under the blanket. Sophie tilted her head thinking for a moment. Nothing really. I pressed further. Think carefully? Oh. Sophie suddenly realized. Our cat used to be very clingy with my mom. This time when I came home on leave, I found it was very afraid of my mom, kept hiding and avoiding her, even ran around the house anxiously and broke quite a few things. I got so angry I locked it in the cat carrier. Also, when my mom came near me just now, I don't know why, but I felt very cold, very cold. I suddenly looked up. That's right. You feel cold because your mother drowned. Mom, I got goosebumps all over. Impossible. My mom was just standing there properly, even called me to wash vegetables. Damn this unlucky kid for cursing people's families. Whoever curses my family, I'll risk my life against them. Sophie was also very angry. I withdrew my words and apologized. She deserved to be scolded. Believe it or not, up to you. Human faces have 5 colors: red, yellow, green, white, black. I slowly explained. Red is heart, yellow is spleen, green is liver, white is lungs, black is kidneys. Even for someone about to die, there will be an abnormal black layer on their face. But your mother's face has the appearance of death yet no color at all. Moreover, people have 3 flames, 1 on the head, 2 on the shoulders. Your mother has no flames at all. Clearly a dead thing. Sophie was furious. I was really stupid to stay here listening to your nonsense. Blocking you now. The viewers in the chat also started cursing. That's right, appearance of death. Dead thing, what is this? Too harsh. I don't believe the streamer can stand having her relatives talked about like this. Right? Got praised a few times for getting on hot search and now she's getting cocky. Everyone knows it's just a script for entertainment. Think you're some amazing character. Everyone, don't rush. I think Maya makes sense. Your IP shouldn't be in Guangdong, you should be in the organ harvesting place getting your kidneys removed. I calmly threw out a sentence. Your mother went to the beach last Thursday, didn't she? Sophie's movement to leave the live stream room froze. How do you know? Of course I calculated it. Last Thursday, your mother went to the beach and unfortunately drowned. Your father couldn't accept it and begged a skilled paper craftsman to make a paper person that looked exactly like her, then used his own blood to dot the eyes, bringing the paper person to life. Tonight at midnight, the paper person's power will increase greatly. It will kill your father and you, then turn you both into paper people, achieving a true family reunion of 3. Sophie listened in bewilderment. I continued, this is very simple to resolve. Paper belongs to metal, fire overcomes metal. Just burn it. Just clicked on the streamer's video to eat. Watching this, I can't stand it anymore. Isn't this telling people to burn their own mother? Does this count as inciting crime? Haha, could the next person going to prison be the streamer? So filial. Actually, I've suspected for a long time. Did the streamer conspire with paparazzi to get Dylan's inside information? This live streaming spectacle is also to conveniently sign with a company after all. She gained 1 million followers. Think carefully about who really benefits behind this. Oh my god, upstairs is right. Why didn't I think of that? Sophie, listen to me. You're a college student. Surely you didn't return all that education to your teachers. Now if you leave the live stream room, I'll consider you still have some brains. Sophie clenched her fists, hesitation flickering in her eyes. I also didn't talk nonsense with her. Don't believe it? Then go. Don't block my next fortune-telling. Unexpectedly, I was so direct. Sophie couldn't react for a moment. While she was dazed, the phone beside her rang. Sophie answered, and halfway through listening, the phone fell to the ground with a thud. Her face went pale as she turned to look at me. Maya? My dad's phone was accidentally set to English, so he asked me to change it back and temporarily left it with me. Just now the crematorium called saying Dad should come collect Mom's ashes. Really speechless. After all that persuasion, this girl is clearly from the other side. Fine, stop arguing. Just watch it like a movie. Supernatural stuff, believe it or not, up to you. No need to mock like this. At this moment, Sophie's mother's voice came from outside the door. Sophie, why haven't you come help Mommy? The footsteps got closer and closer. Bang. Sophie quickly slammed the door shut and grabbed a lighter nearby, trembling like a fallen leaf. She knew this wasn't a script at all. The call from the crematorium was an undeniable fact. Through the screen, I comforted Sophie. Relax. It's daytime now. The paper person has no fighting power. Just burn it and you're done. Just as I finished speaking, the sky suddenly darkened. It had been bright, but because of an approaching storm, thick black clouds gathered in a short time, blackening the entire area. So unlucky. The next second, with a bang, the paper person kicked open the door. Sophie was thrown back, her phone shaking and landing at an angle outside the window. It seemed to be the same residential complex as mine. I quickly grabbed my calculation tools and figured it out. Sophie's location was room 502 in the building next door. By the time I ran there, the paper person had already pinned Sophie down, both hands strangling her neck. Sophie's face had turned blue-purple. Sophie, won't you come down to accompany Mommy? Mommy gave birth to you and raised you. It's just a change of form. Don't you love Mommy anymore? When Daddy comes back, Mommy will kill Daddy too. Our whole family will be reunited, okay? Hehehe. The paper person laughed maniacally. He my ass. I rushed forward, but suddenly my collar was grabbed from behind and I couldn't move. Turning around, a strange man with a pained expression held me back, looking toward Sophie. Don't interfere in this matter. Wait until it's her turn, then it'll be my turn soon. Very quickly. Our whole family will be reunited. So it was Sophie's father. He had long known the paper person would harm people but decided the whole family should become paper people and live together. But this brain, dead romantic, had he asked his daughter's opinion? I kicked his kneecap to break free and quickly grabbed a handful of heavenly wood Tibetan incense and scattered it on the paper person. The paper person released Sophie and rolled on the ground, letting out sharp, painful sounds from its throat like fingernails scratching a blackboard continuously. Its flesh gradually disappeared, the whole body almost turning into a thin sheet of paper. Husband, save me. Sophie's father wanted to rush forward, but I was quicker, taking out a paper talisman and shouting an incantation. The paper talisman seemed to have eyes, sticking firmly to the paper person, then quickly catching fire. When I drew the talisman, I had borrowed the true fire of the sun. The true fire of the sun is the companion of the three-legged golden crow, pure yang true fire that can burn all things. In less than 3 seconds, the paper person was completely turned to ash. My 3 spiritual gates are shattered. Did everyone see? Maya cursed once and the paper talisman auto-ignited. Special effects. If it were a living person, it couldn't disappear that fast. Exactly? So it can only mean that just now was really a paper person killer. It looked scary, but this father is even scarier. He clearly knew the paper puppet would harm people but still secretly decided for his daughter. Sophie's father rushed over, hugging the ash and crying loudly like a child. Wife. Wife. I exhaled and looked at Sophie standing dazed nearby. The girl's face was full of tears, having witnessed her father wanting her to die for her mother's sake. I withdrew my gaze and returned to my apartment. The comment section was still immersed in amazement, but I fell into confusion. Sometimes, is saving someone important, or leaving them with a ray of hope more important? Before I could think this through, Summer requested to connect. On screen she was trembling continuously. Please save me. I was tired and didn't want to argue with her. Glancing at her, I said, transfer 100,000 first? Extortion again? It was 1,000 before, now 100,000. You're famous now, so your appetite has gotten uglier. Are you all new fans upstairs? Maya and this girl have some grievances. I looked at the noisy comments and could only say they didn't understand Summer yet. Sure enough, Summer looked arrogant, though she seemed sickly at the moment. 100,000. Who are you looking down on? 200,000, take it or leave it. Miss, can I see your family's servant room? Sorry, but people have money. Miss? Can the stone lions in front of your house be changed to me, and my best friend? After Summer transferred the money, she raised her hand and rolled up her sleeve, revealing an arm covered in purple bruises. What is this? Bruises? Whose family has bruises like this? Based on my years of work experience, this is livor mortis. Livor mortis. Doesn't that only appear on dead people? I glanced at her, no mistake. It was livor mortis. I said deliberately, Summer, your parents divorced when you were young. You went with your mother, your brother went with your father. Your mother's career is soaring. She's a strong businesswoman. Your father has a life of hard labor. A month ago, your brother wasn't content to be dragged down by dad and went to Myanmar to seek fortune, only to have his organs harvested. I pressed my finger joints to calculate. Oh, not just kidneys. Every usable organ in his body was taken out. Your father, to save your brother's life, used dark magic to exchange your life for your brother's. It's just that this magic is too evil and will backfire. But your father's fate is strong enough to bear it all. Even at the most serious time, he only almost fell from a construction site. At the latest, by midnight tonight, your brother will come back to life and you'll die? Nonsense. How ridiculous, life exchange. Novels love writing about life exchange. Is this script based on a novel? This script writer is good, stupid enough to make people want to curse. These holy keyboard warriors talk too much. Maya's abilities have been clearly demonstrated over several rounds. You noble materialists better pray you never encounter her. Right? Don't come crying for connections when the time comes. Summer didn't believe it. How can you exchange lives? Maya, you just don't like me. I shrugged indifferently. Don't believe it. Feel your heart. Summer half believed, half doubted, raising her hand to feel her left chest. Her expression suddenly changed, then she switched directions, comforting herself. My heart is probably on the right side. After feeling around for a while, Summer forced herself to hold her shoulders straight but finally collapsed. I can't feel my heartbeat. Her voice trembled violently. I slowly sipped my tea. You should have died already. It's just that your soul was stopped by the door gods at home and couldn't reach your brother. The magic formation couldn't complete the final step because of this, which is why you're lucky to live a few more days. What should I do? I don't want to die, she sobbed, but after just a few sobs, Summer forcefully ordered me. You better think of a way for me. I don't want to die yet. I still have a lot of money I haven't spent. I didn't want to say much to her either. Go home today and dig up the old locust tree in front of your ancestral home. Summer pointed at me. You're not allowed to disconnect. I'll transfer another 100,000 to buy you for one day, same sentence as before. Miss, this old slave is here. Isn't everyone curious what will be dug up? Mrs. Brother's corpse. Step aside, I'll dig for the miss. Summer acted very quickly, immediately driving to her ancestral home. When she got out of the car, it was already 10:35 p.m. Summer didn't dare delay at all, placed her phone to one side, warned me once more not to disconnect, then started digging. Her speed was so fast the shovel was almost sparking. Finally, a brown earthenware jar was revealed. Summer happily threw down the shovel and, not caring about her image, used both hands to claw at the dirt. Halfway through clawing, the shovel beside her was slowly picked up by a rough hand. Someone coldly spoke. Did you forget? I also watch live streams. Summer turned around. It was Stephen Chen, also her father. His face was now twisted and deformed, eyes like venomous snakes locked onto her, the shovel raised high and aimed straight at her head. Ah, so scary. Scared me to death. Just like a midnight serial killer movie. Report the address. For the miss. Don't say it's a ghost. I'll risk my life against even a murderer. My heart leaped. Summer, she still owed 100,000 unpaid. Unexpectedly, Summer cried and stood up, throwing a left hook that knocked him unconscious on the spot. She then squatted back down, clawing dirt while mumbling. Damn it, you fool. With such strong resentment from the life exchange spell. Why did you still try to come out? Even if you're my father, I'll still punch you. Mom, dying of laughter. Even murderers have to make way for the violent miss. Did anyone notice that punch was really accurate? Feels like she's trained. Rich kids probably have to learn various martial arts from childhood to prevent kidnapping. Finally, Summer managed to pull the small jar up from underground. She hugged the jar, showing the same joyful expression as a female lead in a movie hugging a red sausage, quickly opening it, then screaming and fainting. Mom, what happened? Should we call the police? Or just let her sleep there for the night? Thinking differently, could she be dead? Should we call the police? All right, I'll stop this. I'll go check. Really can't handle Summer. Only fierce with people but tiny courage. Still have to trouble others to make a trip. By the time I hurriedly carried my merit box and ran over, it was 11:57 p.m. I picked up the jar rolling on the ground. Inside were 2 umbilical cords wreathing, each tied with red silk ribbons. No need to open them to know they had Summer's and her brother's names written on them. Just a cover-up trick for evil objects. I picked up the 2 umbilical cords and pressed them hard into the outer layer of the merit box covered with lamp oil and incense. The umbilical cords immediately returned to their earthworm form and burrowed into the ground, disappearing. In the jar were also 2 photos, one childhood photo of Summer and one of her brother. Both had dates written in red ink. The life exchange was about to succeed. Because in Summer's photo, she was still wearing a princess dress, but her face was gradually showing her brother's face. I frowned. The 2 people in the photos suddenly grinned widely, laughing strangely. Do villains only know how to laugh like this? I flipped my hand and threw both photos into the merit box. If you can beat Buddha, then you're impressive. After finishing these tasks, the magic formation was broken. I gave Summer a hard slap, considering it revenge for my grandmother. Unexpectedly, as soon as Summer woke up, she immediately hugged me tightly. There's a ghost. I pushed her away hard. I know this has a price. Summer quickly said, another 100,000. Damn it, let me hug for a bit. I'm so scared. I clenched my fists. 100,000. After struggling all night, by the time I got home, dawn was breaking. My phone had been charging so the live stream continued, but unexpectedly netizens had gotten so bored they started shipping me and Summer. This shouldn't be shipped. I ship everything, it only harms you all. After saying this, I was about to turn off the live stream and sleep when an ID, "Will jump today," suddenly requested to connect. On screen, I could only see a blue school uniform skirt and the green trees below that had become tiny dots. A female student was sitting on the rooftop of a building at least 10 stories high. The comments exploded. Oh mom, I'm too afraid of heights, scared to death. My head is starting to spin. This isn't the point is this girl is planning to jump. Call 114 quickly. No. An angry female voice mixed with sobbing rang out. If 114 comes, I'll jump down immediately. Don't call. Girl, calm down. Girl, don't think too hard. Tell sister what's wrong, sister will help you solve it. The camera shook, and the girl's face appeared. Her face was full of tears, eyes sorrowful like withered flowers, looking straight at me through the screen. Everyone online says you're very accurate. My name is Lily Thompson, I'm 17. Can you tell me what I've been through? Due to lack of sleep, my head throbbed in waves. Rubbing my temples for a while, I spoke up. Lily, excellent student. Because you don't know the celebrity Dylan. You were bullied by a group. But what made you most painful was your sexual orientation. The beautiful, rich, outstanding female student who transferred to your class, you liked her. After being discovered, she gradually led you astray. But unexpectedly, this was all a scam. She collaborated with the bullies to print photos she had photoshopped and intimate pictures of you too, sending them to your family and even neighbors. Dirty and shameless, this was your family's evaluation of you. Don't play with that sick girl. This was the neighbors' advice to their daughters. Disgusting monster. This was the topic of discussion about you after school throughout the entire school. Lily laughed self-mockingly a few times. You got everything right. The girl leaned forward, about to jump down. I called her back. I haven't finished yet. Moreover, I know. What I'm about to say is what you really want me to say. Lily's hands on the rooftop clenched tightly, biting her lower lip until blood seeped out. I pressed my finger joints, going through each name in my mind, slowly opening my mouth. Queenie Davis from Class 1 to 2, Grade 11, beloved daughter of Banks as director. Daniel Parker from Class 732, Grade 11, young master of Dongshan Postal Company. Chester Miller from Class 7-2, Grade 11, young master of Four Seasons Hotel. I rattled off 7 names in one breath before stopping. Then I said, I know you want to use my mouth to give yourself more courage, to expose their crimes to the public. My God, these are all people with backgrounds. No wonder the school doesn't care. Maya Williams has so many fans, such great influence. Will she get her channel shut down? So what if it gets shut down? Viewers will spontaneously boycott these people. The child is corrupted by the mother. Lily suddenly burst into tears, taking another step toward the edge of the rooftop. I frowned. While talking with Lily, I had calculated that the girl didn't originally want to die, but now she was acting this way. I suddenly realized that in front of so many viewers, the girl didn't dare come down. She was afraid her pain would be considered acting. Just like when she bravely spoke up about being bullied at school but was labeled as attention-seeking. I sighed softly. If you want to die, I won't persuade you either. After all, I have no reason to tell people to carry unforgettable wounds and live well for the rest of their lives. I just have one request before you jump down. Can you pay me back the 1,000 yuan first? Oh right, I only accept cash. Lily came down from the rooftop, her legs so weak she could barely stand. She curled up and sobbed, saying, thank you. Only the two of us knew what the thanks was for. I feel like Maya asking for cash was just an excuse. Getting the girl to come down was the real purpose. Hope you don't feel inferior because of your sexual orientation. When you're older, I'll take you to a bar. Maya? I'm crying. Although sometimes your mouth is harsh, you're actually very gentle. Sob, the world couldn't function without girls. Netizens competed to praise me, chattering away, insisting I talk about my recent feelings about live streaming fortune-telling. Does anyone understand my exhausted, scattered mind? I warily rolled my eyes around and spoke nonsensically. Recently, when watching fortune readings on live streams, I can't escape the word love. But within these loves are hatred, obsession, malice, and deception. These are not true love. True love is sacrifice and fulfillment for each other, not bearing to let the other person be hurt, being able to let go, being able to bless each other to become better people. I'm turning off the live stream now. Unexpectedly, the next person requesting connection was Hunter Maya. I didn't hesitate to reject it. Go die. Sleep first, deal with it later. So I rolled over onto my bed, pulled the covers over my head and went straight to sleep. I dreamed I became a fairy riding clouds, live streaming ghost catching. The immortal often flew into streams, crashing straight into my face. Refreshing. Maya's livestream success came not from flashy effects or fake drama, but from her willingness to speak uncomfortable truths and show genuine vulnerability. When she faced the Dylan scandal, she didn't retreat or apologize for her accuracy. She doubled down with evidence. Her blunt honesty about people's situations, even when harsh, created trust because viewers knew she wouldn't sugarcoat reality for popularity. Maya's journey from a struggling student to a trusted fortune teller demonstrates that authentic audience engagement requires three key elements: unwavering commitment to truth regardless of backlash, genuine concern for people's well-being over profit, and the courage to tackle difficult subjects others avoid. Her viewers stayed loyal not because she told them what they wanted to hear, but because they could trust her to tell them what they needed to know, even when it hurt. Real influence comes from being genuinely helpful, rather than merely entertaining. Thank you for taking the time to listen to today's story. I truly appreciate your comments, feedback, and thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. See you again in the next story.